afternoon. It's currently Saturday. Normally I would have headed off to the railway earlier on, but last couple of days have really hit me in regards to stress levels, mental health and whatnot, and also it's also hit me when it comes to tiredness with preparing for the expo that unfortunately didn't go too well. So I decided this morning just to relax, lay in bed for a bit longer, and just get myself prepared. I've got a whole pile of washing here that's been sat here for the whole week. These are all clean and whatnot, like it's just sat inside my washing basket ready to go. And I just haven't had the opportunity or really want to sort out my clothes, so I thought this would probably be the best option to do this now and get this all sorted, so then I'm not having to think about it later on in the week when things happen. But yeah, welcome back to a video. Last night I got a comment from someone on my video saying, "Hey, really like this long form video that you did." This was for the day. This was for Wednesday when I was with Zach. Zach will be returning to a lot of the vlogs. He would have returned in today's vlog, but because I'm not technically at the railway, that's not going to be the case. Unless I do pop to the railway for like half an hour to an hour, which I may do. I haven't fully decided yet if I'm going to do that. I might go and see him, but all depends on how I'm feeling. Like, I'm just trying to be relaxing, if that makes sense. Be calming and prepare myself for another 4 week worth of work and everything else, and just get things doing. At the same time, I'm also sorting out things for customers as well. I've got a couple of quotes I need to think about. Now, these are stuff that technically I should do next week on the days that I am technically working, but on the days that I work, I'm technically working with customer support and doing all that stuff and being more available to those and going out to customers. So the invoicing, the quoting and everything else when you run a business all has to be run from another day, another time, outside of the normal process. So I was like, how can I do this? What is the best option for me to do XYZ for the best outcome? Anyway, thought I'd have a quick catch up, bit of a chat before I do normal stuff, and get myself prepared to go for different situations as well, while also doing what I can to support myself as well. I arrived because you guys wanted to see more of Zach.
Hello. I'm going now. Bye bye.
He's quite literally about to leave.
Come at the time of when I'm about to leave.
I literally came at the time. I literally sorted out things. And I was like, I'll go for the afternoon. I'm sure Zach will be there for the afternoon. Thinking
Afternoon, and then I need to go to Signal and play with some real big trains.
Yeah,
that's why I do the job.
He's now going to go and do his real big job.
If you want a bit of an update, what's been happening today? Evergreens was out today. I'll get Evergreens again out on Wednesday. But we have the disabled carriage going around. We may have figured out what was going wrong with it. So fingers crossed that resolves that problem. We can actually get on with it. Of course, the other thing I'm going to be doing Wednesday, because today is Saturday, I didn't have enough time. But Wednesday we're going to start laying out all the cabling. So we'll be putting in all the stakes around the railway, and then feed them into the signal box. And then fingers crossed, by the time we get to open day, we'll be having fully working signalling.
Yay!
I'll even show you. Yeah, and the new treadle. So the flange will hit the top of here and operate the switch, and there's a little micro switch you can hear inside. There's a more updated model, probably version 3. So that should hopefully make our job so much easier. Yeah. And in terms of wear and tear, because I know that's one of the big things, that piece is removable. So if that ever wears out, you can just change it over and then just clip on a new one, which just pushes on like so. When you actually get it lined up, there you go. So that will then sit just below, in line with the rails. Then the flanges of the wheels will then hit the switch and operate it, and that's what the axle can will do. So that's pretty much that.
And that's to do with the signals that you would have seen on Wednesday, which is to do with the axle counter. So when he was putting a prod of something into one of those points, that was the axle counter, but this is the switch that's basically going to put that
every
thing
one
in.
of those little pins on the Arduino, basically which will go to one of those switches, of which there's about 8 in total, 4 counting in, 4 counting out, 2 per section. And then the idea is that the number is 0, so the number 0, then the signals will go green. But if there's anything else, they go to red straight away. So both systems have to agree that the number's correct and the counter is 0 before the signal will show anything other than red. So
well, there was Richard on this train, but he's now
disappeared.
Well,
you can have a ride with the engine.
I might as well.
Yeah. See you all.
Zach, I'll see you next time.
See you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday at some point. And I'll see you then.
Right, we'll drop these carriages off. This should be enough coal to get us all the way around. We've got water, good fire going.
Yep, and good pressures as well.
Good, yeah, the pressure's good. When you go in then, Eddie, you're still filming?
Yep.
Yeah, when you go in, this is the regulator.
Yep.
This is the brake. So before you get going, just unwind the brake slightly.
Yep.
And that's just obviously brake on, brake off.
Yep.
Brake on. And then this, we're already in forward gear. This is the reversers. The reverser. We'll leave that fully forwards.
Yep.
And then just get going, brake off, and just gently open the regulator.
Yep.
And you don't want to open the regulator too much, just open the regulator enough to keep the locomotive going.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So this is probably the first, well, it's the second time I've driven a steam engine. And this is something that I want to try. Let's have a look. Yeah, I was. steam in your face.
See if I can do a smooth stop coming in the station.
I want to try and see if I can do a smooth stop in the station.
Very good driver.
Oh, that wasn't bad actually.
No, you did it right there. The pressure's still good. If the pressure goes below 80, then
Yeah.
we start to get a bit in trouble. We'll just have a little top up of water, so
Yep.
just give that a bit.
Now top up that water gauge as well. Yeah. Or does that just coat the walls with it when it's drying?
Coat the walls, the tubes and everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm basically emptying all the water out now. The whole inside of the boiler will then become dry.
Yeah,
and then it will also be coated with that boiler treatment.
Right.
So,
Because I have heard of some people leaving full.
yeah, you can leave them full. It's entirely, some people leave them completely full, so the boiler treatment is all over the water, all over the tubes and everything. There's no air in there whatsoever, but they have to be like completely full.
Yeah.
If you've got a little bit of air in there, then you're going to get problems. But, yeah, so that's all the water, all the pressure's gone. Pressure's right down to 0. Turn the drain cock off. We'll push it back in the van. Just back and tight a bit now. So
Release the
brakes
brake.
on. So loco can't go forward or back.
Yep.
And then I've got a strap here. I'll just bring that over. That's it.
Yep.
Strap him down.
Is that a full ratchet strap as well?
Yeah, ratchet strap. Tighten that right up tight. That's it. It's not going anywhere.
Perfect. And that one's all done. It's just the last couple of bits to put back in the back of the van and then done. Best sign ever. Right, that engine's now back into his van, which means he can now take it away with him. Now we just need to start shutting things down, locking things up, and then heading back home. Hopefully you enjoyed this little mini trip to the railway. I purposely decided to just come, first of all, see Zach, and second of all to actually just help them out as well in the afternoon, because last time I left at lunchtime, today I arrived at lunchtime, so that way I cover those times, and being the only trustee here, I'm the one who has to lock up. Well, that's the railway all locked up. It's now time that we head back home. Hopefully you guys are having a brilliant day, and if you are, why not leave a like, especially if you're enjoying this video so far and you've got to this point. Then thank you very much for leaving a like. It's time to go home and let's go do some maybe Aurora City roleplay, or maybe I need to fix my PC. Which one should I do? I'm still deciding when I'm going to do that. Come out for the evening to enjoy the sun and also prepare for well, just the evening basically, and then the old flexing ball seems to work. But this is one thing I can say, it's very bright at the moment, but it's blue skies, which for weather is brilliant. By the way, we've got Buzz with us today, and of course Bruno and Betsy, who are enjoying their walk. We've come out to, it's right next to Westwood Lakes, which is a fishing village, which is to behind us. We also have got ourselves a, this is also part of Westwood things, but kind of not. This is like public property, if that makes sense. It's part of the Bossum Woods Trust. And this is where we are at the moment, just enjoying ourselves, having fun, going for the old regular dog walks, and seeing how our days go. So yeah. Watching the Doctor Who episode about the Interstellar Song Contest. Currently right this second, I believe the Eurovision Song Contest is on, but I've not really watched it in quite some time. At the same time, I'm also printing off this Traverser leg, something that Richard has asked me to print off, so I was just like, yeah, fine, I'll try print it off and see how it comes out. I haven't done any maintenance or even done anything, but it looks like it's working. Anyway, I'm going to end off today's video. It's been quite an enjoyable one. Why not click that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Till then, bye bye.